Hey everyone, welcome back to Quick Chips. My name is Jason, and today we're going to do a review of a new level 1 charger. This is a 16 amp charger from our friends at Evgoer. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. They've got a new 16 amp charger out there, and this has a adapter to it, so it can be a pure level 1 or it can be a 240 volt level 1, which will double up the power that your vehicle can get. So let's go ahead and unbox this, open it up, and take a look at what we get inside. So it comes with a manual with all the information that you need, and it comes in a nice little box here, or a nice little carrying case. It's got dual zippers on the top, has their Evgoer logo on there. You can zip this open. Looks like you've got some wall mounts if you want to mount this on your wall. Set that aside for now. And you get the charger and the adapter here. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Now what makes this special is it can do the 16 amp 240 volt using a 620 plug. That should be, yes, here it is, right on the end. It's a slightly different plug. It's got a slightly different angle there. For those of us in America, you don't see these that often unless you have welders or something that needs the 240 volt circuit. Usually this will both be flat slats on a NEMA 515, which, here we go. Here, let's pull this out first, I guess. This style plug will adapt. You can plug this right into the charger. And this has got the more traditional, for us here in North America, with the two flat slats here. Again, it's got a protective cover on there. We'll end up pulling those off later. And then it's got the connection end here that plugs into the other plug, so you can use either or. Use a traditional house plug using this adapter. So let's take a look at the charger itself. You have a nice sturdy J1772. So those of you who are like me and have a Tesla, you'll have to break out your adapter that plugs into the J1772. Has a nice little dust cover on there. This looks to be solid made. It's a plastic, solid plastic. And what sets this one apart from some of the other level 1 chargers out there, in addition to having the adapter, so you can do a 16 amp or a 15 amp and a 240 versus a 110 plug, is that you get 25 feet of cable. So you can really take this from a plug. Some of us are limited to the plugs that are already in our garages or on the exterior of our house. And with 25 feet, you can stretch this much further to get to the back or front of your vehicle or around obstacles if you need to be able to plug it in and charge. Let's go ahead and pull the wrapping off of this. And this is a pretty basic yet simplistic unit here. It's a nice simple style, and there should be a light bar on here when we plug this in that changes from 4 different colors to let us know how this unit's operating. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have seen chargers before, this is pretty basic, nice and simple. You have the standard 620 plug that comes on the unit that will charge at about 3.8 kilowatts per hour, and you'll get about 12 kilowatts or 12 miles of range per hour using the 240 on the 620 plug, as opposed to doing it on 110 with the 515 plug. That'll give you about 1.8 kilowatt per hour, and you'll get, they claim, about 5 miles per hour. This unit is FCC certified, so it has all the certifications to make sure that it's going to run and operate safely. Shouldn't have any issues with it. It does come with a 1-year warranty, and we're going to go ahead, take this outside. I happen to have a 620 plug in my garage that I've installed on a 240 line. So I'm going to do some testing using it with that plug, as well as using the adapter and testing it, using it on a 110 line, charging at my office place most of the time. And we're going to make sure that this does what we expect it to do and that we're happy with the performance. So let's go ahead and take a look at our plug outside in the garage. All right, so we're back with the charger, and I've got a standard 15 5P plug here, the 110 volt. So we're going to go ahead and take this. We plug the adapter into the end here. We're going to take the standard household plug at 110 volt, and we're going to plug it into the wall first, and then plug it into the Tesla and see what kind of numbers we're going to get out of it. So first we plug this in. And again, all these cables, one of the things that they market is that all the cables are fully copper cables, which I would expect anyway, but that's one of the things they press. You have to take your Tesla adapter. We're going to plug it into the plaid here. You smush that on the end, open your Tesla door, and plug that in. And we should get a solid connection here, letting us know that it is charging. So we've got a green light here, and I can see in the Tesla that it is now charging. So I'm going to go ahead and grab you guys and take you over to the screen, and we can see what kind of numbers it's putting in. All right, guys, so here you can see it's plugged into the Tesla plaid. Again, as I was telling you, here's the green light that lights up. And when you plug the unit in, this light up here comes on, letting you know that it does have power. So flashing green means it's charging well. There's my standard household plug, 110 volt. All right, so if you come over to the Tesla itself, you guys can see on the screen that we're getting about 5 miles per hour and roughly 117 volts with the 16 amp plug on the wall socket. That's not too bad for a level 1 charger. It's actually really good. So pretty happy with that. We'll test that and see how that goes in the real world after some time and some use, some hours on this thing. So let's go ahead, pop back out here, and I'm going to show you guys back behind my chest here. I have a socket for the 240 line, so I'm actually going to have to maneuver this. You guys see that back there? But it'll be hard to show you this. I'll try and do this. But we'll pull this out of the wall here. Pull the adapter off. And now we've got the 620 line for the 240 volt. We're going to squeeze back here. Get that plugged in. We get power back to the unit. Slide my chest back. Still got good power. I gotta figure out some way to hold this up here. That'll be good enough for now. Tesla is still plugged in, and we'll come back over to the screen. And now we can see on the screen, we got 16 amp at 239 volt. And that's increased our charging rate to what it looks like 14 miles per hour. And our charging time has come way down. So the 240 volt, much better than the 110 volt. It's going to charge the car even more than twice as fast, it appears. So let's let this thing charge up, and just like with the 110 volt, I'm going to be using this for the next couple weeks, and then I'll come back and end the video with an update and real world living with this thing and let you guys know what I think. All right, guys, so it's been a few weeks now since we had the Evgoer charging system, and I've been able to use it here, using it on my 20 amp plug over here on the wall, and also using it at various garage charging docks or regular charging plugs, your universal plugs like you have in your home, your simple basic plug setup. And I've gotten a good feel for this unit. and I'm proud to say that this unit works pretty well. It's a good, solid working unit. I like that it has a really long cable, and that comes in really handy. But let's go ahead and pull it out of the bag or box, whatever you want to call this, and take a look at it real quick, and we'll talk about it. All right, guys, so if we go ahead and grab the package, which this is great, small packaging here. This has been really convenient to carry around. But when you get the unit out of the package, and this is both a pro and a con for me, it's big and it's pretty bulky. This center unit here is a massive unit to work with. And at first it didn't bother me, but the more I use this unit, the more I had to find a place to put this or set this when I wasn't at my house. And so it functioned flawlessly. I had no problems going from the 15 amp to the 16 amp on a level 1, using the adapter that comes with the unit, taking it off for the 16 amp and putting it back on for the household plug for the 15 amp. That worked great. I absolutely loved the extra long cord. It made it so you could utilize the unit just about anywhere. You didn't have to worry about where you were parked. I could plug in at the front of the car and bring it around the back and still reach and be able to plug this in and charge the card. That was fantastic. But this is a little bit bulky. It's hard to find a spot to place it. And I've banged it up a little bit on the sides from just finding somewhere to hang it when it was plugged in. So one of the things I would recommend if you're using this unit is to have some sort of hanging device if you're using it in a parking garage, a public location, that can keep stuff off the ground, and some way of hanging this out of the ground. What I also really liked about this was the way it lights up and the indicator on it. It gave you very clear, easy to see visually notification that it was working or didn't work or what the status was. And then on the back of the unit, you can see the lights that give you the status. So all in all, I think this is a good buy. It's a good price. It gives you the level 1 charging and the 16 amp option that gives you twice as fast as a standard level 1 charge. And I think that's worth the extra money to invest in that, especially if you're charging from home and you don't have the infrastructure for, say, a 40 amp charger to get even faster charging. This is a great compromise, and some would argue, and I think it's been proven, that a slower charge is better for the battery anyway. So this is a win-win. I think this is a good pickup, and I'm going to recommend this to you guys. If you guys need a level 1 charger, this is a good route to go. So check out the link down in the description. Thanks for checking in, and maybe we'll do a follow-up on this later on. I'm going to continue to use this unit, and thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Share this with your friends. Anybody who's considering a level 1 or needs a level 1. Teslas don't come with that, so it's a good option for the Teslas. Again, if you're using a Tesla, you have to get the adapter. My car came with that adapter, but if you pick up that adapter, it'll work great. Otherwise, J1772 will work with most plug-in vehicles these days that haven't converted over to just an Axe yet. So thanks for checking us out, and we'll check you guys out later. Thanks.